not only, like, yes, it's always sad if you get eliminated or if you're in loser's side, but now that you're here, each of these wins means so much more. You have to get just even further. It looks actually
like they're going straight into the match. Leviathan starting off really, really strong right now with the gym setup. We do have Wisp go in with the immediate tunnel going off right now. Really, really good opportunity to possibly spike right there. But one of the things I want to mention about Leviathan's
the character pick?
Reindog right here, is that Leviathan's actually the person who introduced some of the tech that most Reindog players now use. Similar to the cancel that you typically see them use, where they actually believe, I believe is their side special is what they're using. It's kind of like a little roll inside of the air. You can actually cancel that and use it to move even faster. That little like cannonball that you saw there.
What happens is you get the momentum from the move, but then you're able to turn that into like, but I don't want to do the cannonball. I want to turn that into a momentum for a different option to come out. Exactly what we're seeing right there.
And that makes Reindog a very floaty character, one of the lightest characters inside of the entire game. Now, as you are
a ton of damage.
For sure.
Ton of damage.
The damage is not weight specific. We here do not weight shame. We take any damage. 5% is 5%, baby, and a knockout is a knockout. Wisp takes the very first knockout inside of this very first match of Losers Quarters.
I'm a huge fan of the Santa Reindog outfit, by the way.
It's cute.
It's so cute.
It's cute. You know, that's one of my favorite things about MultiVersus here is that there are so many skins.
Did you?
He knows that there's a present in the store for him, and I'll be honest, I think Bugs is getting some coal. I think Bugs is getting coal. Maybe a couple of pie. Turns out it's coal.
I thought Bugs was getting a kill off the top there with some wild present.
The wrong present
exactly.
there. Oh, okay. Really good fireball setups right now by Leviathan so far. I really like Wisp just kind of eking out some of these. And that gem setup, because of the unique perk that Reindog actually has, we are going to see quite a bit of damage going around. And that crystal is going to be following Reindog, which once again, related to the unique perk that Reindog has here, makes him a huge threat.
It doesn't move that fast, but it does move, and that means you're cutting off this huge spot until you're able to shatter it in that kind of way.
Now, like I said previously when Leviathan was playing, Leviathan has a large range of characters. And if Wisp ends up taking this round one, we may actually see Leviathan move over to one of his more favorite picks right now, Gizmo. The popcorn, I was talking to Leviathan previous to this match. He was telling me excessively about how much he enjoyed Gizmo popcorn setups. He was using it in bracket. He was actually playing a little bit of Taz earlier in bracket, believe it or not.
I haven't seen Taz come out in a minute.
He has a Taz. He has a Taz now. We may not see it in top 8. I don't know if that comfort level is there. But if this round 1 goes to Wisp, anything is possible.
I would love to see some of those Gizmo popcorn setups, though.
Yeah.
Because that takes this level of not just knowledge, but the like the trigonometry of like, all right, I got to hit this into here, and I got to move it in this direction.
And if there's anyone
is
to
that
do
gonna
it,
kill?
Yeah, I feel like for certain, especially based off that last knockout that we just saw there from BOCCHI, the #1 rock fan, Leviathan is comfortable with the angles required inside of this game with any character that he plays. We see it with Garnet, we see it with Reindog, and we've seen it, of course, with Gizmo. Now, Wisp really has to be careful and adapt here, but he does have Reindog at 99%. Reindog is floaty, has tons of opportunities to move out, but it's not enough to destroy and stop from that downward rocket. Leviathan is currently 1 match down, and Wisp is 1 match up inside this this losers quarters finals, meaning that Wisp only needs 1 more round, basically a total of 3 stocks in his favor to move forward into loser semifinals. We are restarting the game just to go ahead and give both players a little bit more time to think about it, but I want to talk very briefly about the Gizmo pick we may see here. Not many people who have been watching or have not necessarily been keeping up with MultiVersus may be familiar with Gizmo. Gizmo is a character from the Gremlins franchise, which, once again, if you were not born in the 80s, you ain't seen it, okay? And that's okay. You
either have not seen it, or someone who was born in the 80s is who showed it to you.
Has actively forced you to watch it. Now, there are a couple of things you need to know about Gizmo. The first is that you don't let him eat after 12 a.m. After midnight, no food. Just wait till the sun come back up. Give him some food after that. All right, he can have some munchies. That
is a very hard and set rule.
It's required, all right? The second thing you need to know about Gizmo is considered more of a support type character. He has a lot of options. He has a lot of setup things. Specifically, the popcorn setup is what I kind of want to talk about. He has this move. It's called popcorn. It actually is basically where he takes a bucket of popcorn, throws it up in the air, and it kind of remains there a little bit stationary, very floaty. He also is able to
It's almost like a little bit different, but it's almost like if you're getting these bubbles in the air, the way that they just float.
That's exactly it. You can think about it almost exactly like Marvin's bubbles from earlier, right? Now, one of the things is as they actually intercede, they can actually stop and trap projectiles, and he also has the ability to shoot rockets
into the
popcorn, thereby creating a very large, basically, detonation or bomb. He can put and sing into the popcorn. The musical notes get trapped inside of there, and then it becomes empowered, which makes it do even more damage. And that's actually Leviathan's favorite way of knocking people out at percentages. We're talking about as low as 80%.
Yeah. It's one of those characters where his entire kit is based around itself.
For sure.
It's not just like, oh, I got an upwards attack, and I've got my side air, and I've got these. This is the, like, all right, I need to make a contraption out of all of these things, but when I get this setup, it works.
And already we're kind of seeing a really immediate start to this popcorn. As a reminder, popcorn is a projectile. It can be held, and you can see at the underneath Leviathan how many popcorns he can call at the moment. You can stack up to 2, but it's always imperative, and Leviathan personally likes to have a minimum of 1 at hand at all times.
Absolutely. If you're tuning in from one of the other fighting games going on or other platform fighters, if you're trying to figure out, like, wow, there's a lot of moves going on, look at the bottom of each character where you see that the damage. You also see what moves are on lock right now. We've got the cooldowns. So you can see, okay, he spent a rocket, we can't get any more of those for a sec. That is super important, not just in watching, but also in playing, so that you can track, know when your opponent is out of resources or is about to get a new one.
Now, a lot of people tend to believe that hot rod move is actually Gizmo's recovery. It is not. It's a special move. Gizmo's recovery is actually a cute little umbrella coming out. And we haven't seen any of the umbrella yet. We haven't seen any of the recovery. Leviathan tends to use a lot of the hot rod.
Down. I've never seen someone just...
He's traveling over to the opera. He said, Maestro, where is my seat?
He's going to the movies. He's got the popcorn.
Popcorn, and that's actually a good instance of using the popcorn. As a reminder, it is a projectile. That's exactly what he likes to do.
Gets the next setup. I mean, we were saying earlier, this is typically thought of as a support character, and Leviathan does not care.
No, Leviathan is one of those people, like we talked about earlier inside the bracket, doesn't just play platform fighting games.
I want to point this out.
Neutral, honey!
Yes. I love watching Leviathan say, like, I don't need to try to chase you because I have this setup. And you saw Leviathan going for this, like, I'm maneuvering underneath the popcorn so I can get this angle no matter where you go.
Yep. And that's why I enjoy it.
The safe just surprised all of us.
That safe wasn't safe, honey.
No, it was not. We're getting the next one coming down. Leviathan almost gets caught by it. Does not yet.
Okay, that was actually one of the very first recoveries we saw this game from Gizmo. The parachute, like I spoke about previously. It is a side B attack. Oh, I'm sorry, not a side B, but a side special attack. Originally, that can be moved into an up special attack. You can see kind of just getting these little popcorns.
That safe got demolished so fast.
Yeah, it did. I don't think that Leviathan's playing around with these safes no more after that first knockout.
Especially when Leviathan, like we said, plays a ton of different characters.
Out of recoveries, touch the screen to get them back.
Okay, we got back. We got back.
Yeah. Was really worried there, truthfully.
Yes.
Gizmo is one of those characters where, truthfully, Gizmo's recoveries are not better than most characters.
Wisp is one away from making, I believe what I was on paper, an enormous upset. One knockout away. Not only that is up a game, like, you have time to play this too.
Yeah.
You've got that safety window.
For sure. I know that Wisp is just trying to push this advantage and get that percentage up right now, especially because Wisp has the stock advantage, has the damage advantage, and has the opportunity to go ahead and take people right now. We're seeing a lot of damage going down right now on to the number one botch, to number one
BOCCHI the Rock Fan.
You know,
it is not our fault that Leviathan chose to tag so long.
He really dislikes commentators, dude. that's just it's
Specifically chose this to be mean to us. How dare you? I've had to say this name in multiple games all weekend.
For sure.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Good dodge. Ultimately won that up air engagement. Really nice to see.
So something I was looking at is Wisp. We were saying that this is a pretty big upset if this happens. Wisp already made a very large upset on the way here.
Yeah.
With beating the Bandman, also previously known as Super Bandman.
Yes. Now, Bandman was also someone relatively well known at EVO, actually received top 10 at EVO, breaking the top 16. Leviathan, of course, got second to Nakat and Void inside of doubles. But as you said before, 1v1 is a different match. It's much more personal.
Beast.
You have to think about a completely different set of skills, and we're really seeing that firsthand right now. Leviathan playing out of his mind right now.
Out of his mind, but is it too little, too late? 104%,
Oh, no!
113. That was so close to death.
Oh God!
You have to make something happen so fast. That's gonna do it.
Yeah. You can't survive. You can't survive a base bat, a bat